Hi, I'm Mike Coffey, president of PFC Caregiver Screening. In the 3 years since PFC became part of the Imperative family, I've had the opportunity to work with and become friends with a number of you. And I just wanted to let you know how impressed I've been by the leadership, the entrepreneurship, the passion, and the compassion that I've seen. Whether you're an agency owner, a nanny, a newborn care specialist, just across the board. You're a pretty amazing group of people. And I want to thank many of you for the trust you've put in PFC as you make important hiring decisions. So until we can be together in person, I hope you all stay well, keep your chin up, and wash your hands. Enjoy your meeting.
Hello, and welcome to the 2020 Membership Report. I hope in these uncertain times that you and your family are healthy and safe. My name is Laura Schroeder, the 2019-2020 co-president and current president of your INA. For those who don't know me, I have worked directly with children my entire nanny career, and am currently a full-time nanny in Charleston, South Carolina for more than 10 years. I joined the board in 2017, the same year that I was an INA Nanny of the Year nominee. It is my pleasure, along with the sensational Tanya Sakowitz, to bring you a review of the wonderful things that your association has completed in the past year, as well as some of the great things that we have planned for the 2020-2021 year. Think of this report as our attempt at bringing you an annual meeting from the comfort of your own home.
Wow, so this is kind of a little bit odd for me, having been the co-president for the last 2 years, serving on the executive committee and on the board for several years prior to that. To make this recording and to share with you all is a little bit interesting for me. So as your co-president for the last couple of years, I've really had an amazing honor to get to work with a board that had a passion and a dedication for serving our industry, really taking that responsibility to you as the members very, very seriously. And I've just been amazed as I've gotten to work alongside so many fantastic people and see their hearts for the nannies, for the newborn care specialists, for the agencies, for the educators, their gratefulness for all the service providers that do payroll, taxes, and background investigations, everything. It's just been really amazing to get to work with these people. And I've got to tell you that that's a huge thing that I'm gonna miss a lot. But I'm also really excited and really looking forward to see where things go with our industry and with the people who are serving on our board now. There's so many fantastic people still on the board and so many fantastic people that have come onto the board. And with Laura at the helm as their leader, I really think that this industry is going to be so shocked, amazed, and proud of where things go with the INA in the future. So I'm really excited about that, and I hope you guys will get excited as well. We'll continue to offer your ideas and your positive suggestions. We'll come with really great kind of ways of doing things and different viewpoints to look at them. Those ideas and those positive suggestions and solutions for ways to do things are really the impetus behind a lot of what the INA board does. Laura and I worked together a lot this year. I worked the previous year with my previous co-president, Megan, to really put in place lots of systems and lots of ways that we can take your ideas and now implement them rather than have it be a much longer process. And so I'm excited about what we can do with your input and your ideas and suggestions.
Major changes have been discussed and approved for the Ambassador Program. We invite you to join the chair of this committee, Kate Matievich, as she shares these exciting developments next weekend, Saturday, May 23rd at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
One of the things that I want to talk to you about is the basic skills assessment for newborn care specialists. Now, we already have a basic skills assessment for nannies and a credentialing exam for nannies, and those have been in place and being utilized by agencies for quite some time now as an evaluation tool. And so we wanted to bring that same thing to the newborn care specialist arena for the sake of the newborn care specialists and for the agencies. And we completed the credentialing exam last year, and it's in place and has been well received. And we wanted to get the basic skills assessment done. And with the help of a couple of amazing committee members, the basic skills assessment was completed this year, and it was added to our online platform and has been made available to individuals and agencies as a screening tool.
This year, we opened eligibility for the board of directors to business staff. With the updated member categories last year, the addition of the business staff membership, we realized that the previous policy to not allow these valuable members of the industry to be a part of the INA board was outdated. Many individuals who work for companies in the industry are devoted and excited to not only be INA members, but also to lead. With the help of the nomination committee, we updated this policy to allow business staff to have a voting right and run for the board of directors.
One of the things that we really worked hard on this past year, based on input and suggestions specifically from our members, so this is a clear case of where your suggestions and your requests were put into place. We had requests from our members that they would like more transparency from the board, not just at the annual meeting or not just at conference, but on a daily, week-to-week, month-to-month basis. And so we've implemented a variety of different things within the INA to keep you as the membership much more informed about what we're doing on a consistent basis. One of them is called Board Nuggets, and it's something that we share via social media, so that you can get to know what happens more on the board of directors, to have kind of an insider look behind the scenes and to see things, because we realized in talking to many of you that you didn't really understand what the roles of the board were or how the board worked, and we wanted you to get more involved with. We also created a monthly president's report. This one has gotten a lot of positive feedback. And we use this to help our members stay better connected to both the presidency of the INA and the board. And we give continual updates. Each time there is a president's report, which is comes out right around the first of every month, there is a, here's what we've completed, here's what we're working on right now, here's what we're going to be working on next. There's a link to events and calendars, and really keep up on a month-by-month basis of exactly what your INA board is doing. We have also really kind of taken a hard run at utilizing social media to share updates regularly to our membership. And that's because so many of you have said, I want it where I can access it, and social media is where we want it. And so we took that to heart and really have launched a strong campaign for sharing lots of information for you via our social media channels. We also make updates regularly to our membership through the member portals on our website. And we do our very best to try and get things updated as quickly as we possibly can. And so you can access a lot of information, including the President's Report and past President's Report, board minutes, all kinds of things that are in the member portal on the website. If you're not sure how to log into your member portal, reach out to the office. They'll help you. They'll get you set up. Essentially, what we've really tried to do is to create multiple avenues for members to access information. And by the way, not only do we share this information via the President's Report, but a lot of times we send out, anytime there's a new blog or there's a new update to stuff that's going out on the social media, we also send that via email to you. But if you're not getting that information, reach out, because we're providing that for you on a regularly ongoing basis. Another way that you can get information about what's going on are our Facebook town halls. Therefore, a designated amount of time, as many board members as possible log in during those times. And we share projects we're working on, information that you have asked us about or you want to ask questions about. And we try and do those in different time zones to recognize the fact that we have membership all around the world. And so at different times of the year, they're in different time zones to make it most convenient for our members in different areas of the world.
Since our conference is in the spring, but our income and expenses are spread out over 2 different calendar years, the board made the decision to switch to an August to July fiscal year. This allows for all expenses and income for a conference to be in one fiscal year and will allow us to keep better track of the finances from one year to the next. We also clarified our bylaws about what a term means regarding eligibility to the executive board and the role of president. In the past few years, we have also seen confusion in how the bylaws referred to a calendar year being a term for the INA Board of Directors. This posed an issue for the board who were in their first term but wanted to run for the executive board because our conferences are not always exactly 12 months apart. We made clear in the bylaws that a term is from one conference to the next rather than the required 12 months.
One of the things that has been really hard for us this year was having to cancel our conference. Our conference was completely planned from start to finish. We were so excited about the things that we'd planned for you. It really was heartbreaking to us to have to make the decision to cancel it. We were so excited about Montreal as a location. It's such a beautiful city. I loved Montreal, and I was heartbroken to know that we would have to cancel and not be able to go. We had also improved the virtual conference and had all kinds of great plans. We had a virtual conference coordinator and a team of people that were experienced and going to make this a great experience, great opportunity for those people who couldn't join us in Montreal. But also because so many of our members who even come to the conference like to take advantage of that virtual conference option. But in the end, we had to look first at the safety of our attendees, and that was more important to us. And so even before the borders were officially closed and all the flights were canceled, we made the very difficult choice to cancel our conference. All of our registration funds were returned. Our sponsors, advertisers, and vendors were offered either a refund or an alternative virtual advertising plan that we worked hard to bring value to them. We were able to, so that we were able to get almost 100% of our deposits back with the assistance of a really great business attorney who did that for us pro bono. Plans were made and are in the works to still award our service award pin, to still award and recognize and honor our Nanny of the Year, and to still honor and recognize the recipient of our Meritorious Service Award this year. We also made plans for introducing the new board of directors and ambassadors, as well as providing the membership their annual president's report, their treasurer's report, and committee reports. Because we felt like even if we couldn't get together and couldn't share those things in that fashion like we normally do, it was important for you as the membership to have that information, to know what was going on, and to be able to celebrate and honor with us the people that won these awards this year and were getting recognition this year. During times like we're dealing with right now, I think it's even more important to honor and celebrate the good that's out there and the people that are changing lives of families and children through the work that they do. Another thing that's really important for you to understand and be aware of is a couple of conference policy changes that we made this year. So we made some updates to the suitcasing and outboarding policy. We've had that policy in place for a significant amount of time, but there were a couple things that kept coming up as questions around that. We wanted to clarify that and a couple other things. And thank you to the members who reached out to us and suggested those updates, because once you shared that with us and shared that information, we were able to make positive changes. We also created our child-friendly conference policy. For many years, the INA had a policy that they had to be on the sidelines. They could not come into the sessions that were being held. However, based on feedback from many of our members, it was shared that that made it very challenging for them as a parent to be able to attend conference, and they didn't want to miss out on the benefits and opportunities that were available at the conference. And so we looked at that, we looked at how other organizations were doing it, and we put together a policy that now supports parents of young children as well as those who are nursing, and will welcome them into the conference. And we will make accommodations for them as we can. And those specific changes are available on our website under the annual conference information if you'd like to take a look at that. But we now have an official child-friendly conference policy. One of the things that we have worked on hard this year, and we're really pleased to have been able to roll out in a very efficient way, was the Deborah Davis Conference Grant. So this was formed out of our board's desire to, again, listen to feedback from our members who said, I want to be there, but conference is just out of reach for me. And so the Deborah Davis Conference Grant was formed. It is named after the founder of the INA, Deborah Davis. And applicants who apply for this grant are asked a series of questions about why they're applying for it. And then they are evaluated by several of our board members through a blind evaluation process. The decision is made solely on the information that is provided and asked of people without ever knowing who we're dealing with. This year, the recipients were given $250 towards their conference registration. Due to the cancellation of our 2020 conference, all recipients of this award will automatically be given the grant for the 2021 conference registration. And we are really thankful to be able to provide that. And we would invite you, if making that opportunity available to members who might not otherwise be able to come to conference is something that you feel passionate about, reach out to the INA office and ask them how you can be a part of it.
This year, there were a number of updates to the conference endowment eligibility as well. Since we implemented the Deborah Davis Conference Grant to all members, we decided that the endowment should be for members who have not been able to attend the conference previously. We did not separate the endowment into separate categories this year and gave away 3 rather than 4 as we have in the past. The number of endowments awarded will match the number of funding raised through the raffle program. We launched an online proctoring program for our Nanny and NCS credentialing exams. Now those who want to take one of our credential exams don't have to wait until the conference or coordinate with their own in-person proctor. We provided a process for where you take the exam from the comfort of your own home while being remotely proctored. For years, we've been trying to find ways to support and welcome a larger and more diverse number of professionals in the industry. The Diversity Task Force was formed in order to provide the INA board with a well thought out and researched list of suggestions for improvement to the association. We believe great things will come out of this diverse and dedicated group of people and have created an official committee from this group to ensure that it continues moving forward.
This year, we had a European event scheduled because at the INA, we recognize and understand that the great majority of our membership is US and North American based. Yet we know that there are nannies all around the world, and we are looking to grow and to be able to reach those people through the offerings that we have and the things that we're looking at and our initiatives. That takes time, it takes effort, it takes money, and it takes getting to know people in other areas, contacts, in order to make those things a reality. We wanted to go this year, not only attend an event, but also host a summit to invite people in the industry from a variety of countries to come and help us understand more about our industry within their company and to within their country, excuse me, and to increase the awareness and support of professionals in our industry all around the world. And so we reached out via email, via social media, via a variety of contacts within Europe. There was a lot of help in the UK in particular through Helen McCarthy and people that she knows come, and we had a lot of people that were planning to be there. Unfortunately, like our conference in Montreal, this event had to be canceled as well. However, the board is discussing where they will go in the future and how they will accomplish this goal, because connecting with, learning about, and supporting professionals in all aspects of the nanny industry around the world is a long-term goal of the INA.
The INA supports many industry events, including Nanny Palooza, APNA Conference, the Great British Nanny Conference, the Nanny Ball, Nanny Jamboree, and International Nanny Training Day. While we are going to continue that tradition, this year we're streamlining the financial request process. Members will want to check emails from last week or reach out to the INA office for more details on this from Stacy Steelman, our treasurer.
One of the other things that we did this year, and I'm excited to tell you about, is member discounts. We have a growing list of discounts that are provided to those who are members of the INA. You can find information about it on our website, and there's a whole list of all of them on our website. But I want to go through very quickly the providers that we had and to give you an idea of how many that we have added just this year. We have Carethatics, we have JA Knapp Insurance, we have Vanessa Viana, who is a life coach. We have something called Live Plan, Nanny Box, Nanny Coaching Team, Nanny Magazine, Nanny Stella Training, Nanny Tees, Nanny Training, Newborn Care Solutions, the Newborn Care Training Academy, Nursery World, Our Nanny Diaries, UK Nanny Limited, and Your Nanny Resume. Those were all providers that have been part of the program already. This year, we also added Bookaroo, Daddy's Little Dress Shirts, Generation Mindful, Radish Kids, and the Career Manager. So these are all things that we have added specifically to the program this year. And we continue to look for opportunities to bring more member advantage providers to you and provide unique discounts for you as the membership.
This year, the board decided to increase membership dues slightly to keep up with inflation for some members. Other memberships were not increased because they were either just added last year when we updated our membership categories, or they had an increase at that time. The increase were childcare and professionals at $15, placement agencies at $30, educators at $30, and industry service providers at $30. Of course, we did this prior to the pandemic. Look in the future for ways the membership committee will be trying to help those members who need it.
I also wanted to share with you about Mentorship Monday. This was formed out of our Caregiver Mentor Program. This is a monthly day of chat with help from industry professionals, and they're available all day long. You can ask generic questions, you can ask specific questions. If they are introduced, all the experts are introduced at the beginning, so you can tag someone specifically if you have a question for an individual. You can ask questions of other members, and they log in and out all day long to answer your questions and be a professional resource for you. And here's the thing, because this is on our Facebook page, it stays on the page. And so the discussions actually continue for days and days afterwards, and they can also be a reference for you in the future.
Our town hall will be taking on a new format in the next year. We'll be moving them to a live video call instead of Facebook. Stay tuned for information about this in the next few weeks.
I'm really really pleased now to introduce to you Tati Oliveira. Tati is the chair of our education committee.
Hi everybody, for those who don't know me, my name is Tati Oliveira. I'm a professional career nanny of over 17 years. I'm also a parent, educator, and coach, and a passionate activist and advocate. And I've been serving on the International Nanny Association Board of Directors for the last 3 years. I am the chair of the Education Committee, and we had such an exciting year. We had lots of offers through our professional webinar series, which is where we bring folks from outside the industry to present for us. And we also launched the Expertise Collective the Collective Expertise webinar series, which is where we get folks from within our membership to share their knowledge with us. Another exciting thing that happened last year was that we opened this Collective Expertise webinars to the public. So folks from outside the organization who are not members can participate live, and if they can, they still can go to our YouTube channel and watch the replay later. Another wonderful thing that happened recently was that the community came together. We have lots of folks reaching out to support us in the middle of this pandemic, and then we had the COVID-19 support webinar series. And we, again, are making this all open to the public, and it's also available on our YouTube channel afterwards for a replay. And it's a wonderful way to really, again, not just support and focus on our membership, but also on everybody and how it impacts the industry at large. Another super exciting news is that after 3 years of running this committee pretty much solo, we have some new board members joining, and we have more folks now being part of this committee, which is going to be super exciting, and I really can't wait to see how the year is going to go and all the exciting new things and new ideas that they're going to bring. One final thing is that we've also been working on holding webinars in other languages. We had one Spanish webinar set up, but we just couldn't make the time yet, or coordinate the dates, but that's coming. And if we do have members, if we do have folks from other language that you'd like to see and you'd like to share and come and support us, I definitely want to hear from you. So thank you so much. I hope you're all doing great and everybody's healthy and well.
I'd like to introduce you to one of our new board members, Emily Kate Rowland, who even before joining the board has taken on the project of translating our exams and assessments. Emily?
Hello from the INA Exam Committee. I'm coming to you today to tell you about the progress and what will be happening in the coming year from this committee. Firstly, Laura Schroeder, the former committee chair, worked very hard to give us the NCS exams, along with Tanya Sarkowicz and Danielle Bujnak. We want to say thank you for all of your hard work. Now this coming year, we have a lot of projects that I am particularly excited about. We have Danielle Bujnak revamping the Nanny exams, making it more international, taking out the essay questions, and providing the industry an exam that shows excellence. It should be available to launch by conference of this next year. And to wrap this up, we are also starting to get translations done for the exams. We have gotten commitments for 7 languages, and we hope these strides start to show the INA as an international association. We welcome all feedback, the exams being translated into more languages, and any ideas on how to grow. Thank you for your time.
I would love to introduce to you now Helen McCarthy. She is the INA Service Award Pin Chair.
Hi, my name is Helen McCarthy and I am the chair of the INA Service Award Pin. The INA Service Award Pin is presented to individuals who have been employed as a nanny, nanny educator, or business owner, referral agency or industry service provider for more than 5 years, working a minimum of 24 hours per week, and are currently an INA member in good standing. We've just presented 18 recipients of our Service Pin Awards, ranging from 5 years of service up to 40 years of service. If you'd like more information, please visit the website. And we now have 2 Service Pin Awards per year. One is awarded at conference and one is now awarded at other events such as Nanny Palooza, the Nanny Ball, the Great British Nanny Conference, Nanny Recognition Week and International Nanny Training Day. If you would like to apply, our next round is June the 1st, and we look forward to welcoming you. So hopefully we look forward to seeing all of your applications soon. Thank you.
I would love to introduce you to Greta Schreier, the International Nanny Association Nanny of the Year Chair, who's going to share updates to the Nanny of the Year application and selection process.
Hello, I'm Greta Schreier. I'm a board member and the Nanny of the Year Committee Chair this past year. And I worked alongside our last two Nanny of the Year Award recipients, 2019 Heidi Jolene and 2018 Jill Griffin. And just wanted to say thank you to those ladies for really all their effort, their time, their heart that they've shared this year on the committee. So the goal of our committee is really to support the Nanny of the Year process, preserve the integrity of the award, and honor the recipients. And we've made some significant changes this year. Really proud of these accomplishments. I'm going to share those with you. I was tasked by the board to bring fresh eyes to critique our process and selection. And even though I'd been a part, I'd received the award in the past, it's been a while, and I've never volunteered on the other side of things. So I just really began with researching and gathering information and getting feedback from recent committee participants. I also surveyed the previous Nanny of the Year award recipients and really just gathered all this information on process, selection, and the evaluation rubric. We used that information to update the evaluation rubric, and we're really confident that it gives a very fair, clear mathematical outcome. This was done last summer. At the end of summer and early fall, we had a marketing campaign, and the goal of that was just to bring attention to the award and also add transparency. We shared a series of behind-the-scenes blogs and social posts about the process, and it was very successful. It actually resulted in 18 people being nominated by 35 different individuals in the fall. 12 of them qualified to become candidates. Another big change we made was to the makeup of the selection committee, and in the past this had comprised of a couple people from our committee, the Nanny of the Year committee, and a couple hand-picked industry leaders, totaling 4 people. So there were 2 childcare professionals, nannies, newborn care specialists, specialty nannies, and 2 business professionals such as agencies, educators, and so on. So this year, we added a 5th member to the selection committee, and now making it made up of 3 childcare professionals and 2 business professionals. We also decided to separate these 2 committees, meaning you could only serve on one of them, not both. On the Nanny of the Year committee, you would volunteer over the whole year, and you're tasked with work that is related to the overall vision and the execution. Where the Nanny of the Year selection committee, you only work to evaluate the candidates. So their interview, their references, their profiles, all with that evaluation rubric. The work of the selection committee is done individually over the course of 4 to 6 weeks in the spring before conference, and the members are new each year. Where the Nanny of the Year committee, they could be, and they usually are, volunteering all year or even multiple years. New this year, we created a form application to gather prospects for the selection committee, opening the opportunity up to a greater and more diverse pool, and it worked. We had 18 prospects and 5 became selectors. In an effort to eliminate any potential bias of our selection committee, another change was made. The selection process was divided into 2 phases, allowing a good portion of the process to be done blindly. This just meant reviewing the nanny of the portfolios without names or other personal or demographic identifying information. The office used some technology, a program to redact those details before sending phase 1 to the selection committee. And then once that selector completed and shared their phase 1 calculations, they were then given a second set of documents to evaluate. And these included things such as their interviews, their images, and any social media handles and things like that. We did have a challenge this year midstream. As I mentioned in the fall, we were blown away by the record number of candidates. We had 12. And at some point in the past, there was a limit set to 5 nominees. And unfortunately, when that limit was set, a process to narrow down candidates was not created. And since that limit was created, there had never been a need to narrow them down. So We found ourselves in a new situation that needed a solution. The Nanny of the Year Committee did not feel comfortable being the selectors in the fall, as that was to be the role of the selection committee. It also felt very unfair to now be creating a new process to narrow down when we already knew who these individual candidates were. So we looked at why the limit could have been created and what the barriers were to all candidates moving forward to potentially be nominees, if they completed the process and met the qualifications, of course. The barriers were resources, time, and funds. So more time was needed for the selection committee members and the office team, and more funds were needed to pay for background checks and small nominee gifts. But this year, our background checks were sponsored. So with the board's review and the willingness of our volunteers, we allowed 12 candidates to complete the portfolio process, with the outcome of 11 of them officially becoming nominees. The committee will be reevaluating this limit and the process in this next year, and we hope to find a long-term fair solution so we don't face this challenge again. It was so wonderful to see the diversity of these amazing 11 nominees who were showcased this year. These professionals, each with their own unique strengths, are highlighting the industry broadly to their nanny communities and the countries they represent. So please join us Saturday, May 30th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whatever time it is where you are, for our Nanny of the Year award ceremony. You'll hear from our 2019 Nanny of the Year, Heidi Jolene. You'll meet all of our 11 2020 nominees once again, and we've been waiting for, presenting our 2020 International Nanny Association's Nanny of the Year.
Thank you to all the amazing members of the Board of Directors who contributed to today's report. Thank you to Marcia and Julie, our incredibly talented staff, and thanks most of all to you, our members, who remain dedicated to our mission of setting high standards around the globe to increase awareness about the industry, to develop the professional skills of nannies, newborn care specialists, and other in-home child care providers, and to educate parents and the public about the benefits of hiring these dedicated professionals to care for their children. Last year, the INA board adopted unity as one of our official goals in an effort to bring the nanny community together. We wanted to reach those nannies, newborn care specialists, and businesses that we were not currently serving well, and heal real and perceived wounds between and within these groups. Then coronavirus hit the world, and all of us were affected in ways that we could never have imagined. If ever there was a need for a call to unity, it is now. We are proud of everyone around the world who is doing their part to fight this virus, heal the sick, and keep the rest of us going. We acknowledge and honor all the wonderful things going on in the nanny community within the INA and outside of it. We want to highlight and support your efforts as well. Now is a time for all of us to work together. I am so excited to be working with 5 new board members who bring an amazing amount of diversity and expertise to our already tremendously talented board of directors. Great things are coming in 2020 and 2021. I sincerely hope you are proud of your INA membership. I am. Let me close by saying that I genuinely grieve for those who are out of work, are sick, or who have lost loved ones. There are no words that can adequately heal that pain, but please know that I and so many others genuinely care. We will get through this together in unity. Thank you for listening.